Today, we will be reviewing REN's debut rap album, Sick Boy, track number 2, Sick Boy. Let's do this.
Which can have a pretty drastic downstream effect on our biology. Essentially, your mind is making you sick.
What's up, everybody? My name is King Freddy, and I'm ready to bust up in this like confetti. And today, we're going to continue on this REN Sick Boy album review train. Right now, we are on track number 2, Sick Boy, and we're going to go ahead and check this track out. I have heard this before, obviously, when he put out the Sick Boy video, but I'm going to this time focus exclusively on the song itself. And so, yeah, before we get started, if you have not yet joined my Royal Core family, you can do that right now by hitting the subscribe button down below, ringing the notification bell so you can receive all the notifications for all of my videos delivered directly to you. REN, step up to the plate. Let's do this. I always thought that this was, I get what he's doing here is kind of like, it's kind of like a mental health technique when you're like panicking or whatnot to kind of reduce the stress and whatnot. But, and whatnot. That's a very good technical term. No, but when I first heard it, it sounded weird because I didn't know what it was when I first heard it. And I was like, what is this dude? Heavy breathing on the track? But let's restart this son of a bitch.
Hi Ren, thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for seeing me.
Looking at your file here, it seems there's a very apparent interplay with your emotional state and your physical body. Have you ever heard of the trauma response?
I don't think so.
Basically, our bodies can get stuck in a negative feedback loop. Our subconscious can repeat patterns from the past, which can have a pretty drastic downstream effect on our biology. Essentially, your mind is making you sick.
Making you sick. This beat has always been insanely crazy, bro. And just to let you guys know, I do have the lyrics up. I'm going to have the lyrics up for every track that I review off of this album, just so that way it'll make it easier for me to catch things and to kind of like give my take on it, right? So, let's do this.
Sick boy, bitten by a tick boy, looking for that fix boy, anabolic steroid, damn cell, poster boy, pass out, white noise, quick fix, snake oil, I'm about to break boy. Oh, what a shame, he's in pain, have another go, take another pill, here, take a couple more, let's see how you're doing in another week or so, you'll be feeling worse when the side effects will show, derealization, medical patient losing.
Stop. That right there in of itself is crazy. It's like you can almost kind of sense and feel the doctor in this scenario like mocking the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, what a shame. He's in pain. Fuck it. Here, let's do this again. Have another go at it. You know, take another fucking pill. You know, the NHS will pay for it. Come on, suck it down. You know, swallow this motherfucker. Pause. But you know, it's like, it's kind of fucked up because it almost feels like, I mean, even in the word medical practice, right? Like doctors say, I'm a practicing MD, you know? even the word practicing, like, I don't like that fucking word. Like, what do you mean practice? What do you mean practicing? Who the fuck is you practicing on? You know, when did we become the fucking guinea pigs in this bitch? I thought that once you get your medical degree and all that good gravy horseradish and you get your license, that you should already know what the fuck you're doing. That there should be no more need for practicing. The fuck? But yeah, so that's basically, you can get that sense from just that part right there, you know? Let's do it.
Take another pill, here, take a couple more. Let's see how you're doing in another week or so. You'll be feeling worse when the side effects will show. Derealization, medical patient, losing patience with the process. Walking hand in hand with Satan, complications with the medication. Inflammation, dehydration, inhalation, aggravation. Building up a toleration, drown, soccer, drown, soccer.
Just that right there, dude, is because it's like, I know from my experience, personal experience with medical industry, and it's like, you know, with the issues that I was having a few years ago, it's like, it's easy to lose patience with the process because, especially when you feel like they're not even listening to you, you know what I'm saying? It's like, almost like, hey, they're just waiting until you shut the fuck up so that they can write whatever they need to write and give you whatever they think is going to work. You know what I'm saying? And it really does feel like you're walking hand in hand with Satan. You know what I'm saying? Because the medications that they sometimes give you either isn't working or it's working a little bit, but they feel like it's enough. You know what I'm saying? So just from my personal story, a few years ago, I found out I had really, really low testosterone, right? So, I mean, really low testosterone. I had like 75 nanograms per deciliter, right? And so starting on the treatment, and I think I was on HCG at first, and we got it up to 300, right? Which 300 is like the reference range for the low end, right? Like anything 300 or below is low, right? I was almost non-existent. And so when we got it up to 300, and my, you know, endocrinologist was like, yeah, that's normal. Like normal my ass, normal for a 75-year-old maybe, or an 80-year-old. But I wasn't even 35 yet at the time. So I'm like, normal my ass. So yeah, I can understand, you know what I'm saying, exactly how he's feeling in this instance. Obviously, I wasn't feeling physical pain, but when you barely as a man don't have that much testosterone, you do feel like shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have the hormonal makeup of a 12-year-old girl because you got more estrogen and barely no testosterone, it's not a good feeling. But yeah, I get it. I feel it.
Patient, losing patience with the process, walking hand in hand with Satan, complications with the medication, inflammation, dehydration, inhalation, aggravation, building up a toleration, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown. I've been feeling like I'm drowning with my feet upon the ground. I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound. I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.
And that's exactly how I was feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's like my biggest thing that I've been trying to do for the longest, and I finally started succeeding in it, is losing weight, building muscle, these kind of things, but always failing at it, never knowing what exactly is wrong. And then we come to find out I had really low testosterone and my hormones was out of whack and all this and good gravy horseradish. And yeah, it's like the chicken and the egg, which one causes which. It's like, yeah, they kind of cause each other in a circular loop, you know. Obesity causes low testosterone and high estrogen, but low testosterone and high estrogen aggravates obesity, you know what I'm saying? And it makes it harder to lose weight. So it's like you get caught in this loop. And it's like, you know, the entire time I'm like, you feel like you're drowning. You know what I'm saying? Like you're screaming for help. You're willing to do whatever they tell you need to do. And it's like, you know, nobody has a fucking answer. You know what I'm saying? And eventually you do find an answer. You just have to keep fucking like REN. He found this, you know, this situation in Canada, you know, this treatment in Canada that he's doing. So it's like, eventually you can find an answer, but it's really fucking hard. And it takes a long time. And unfortunately, not everybody makes it to that point. You know what I'm saying? So I guess eventually not everybody eventually finds the answer, but you know, you can. It's very difficult, and not everybody makes it to that point, right? I'm just glad, obviously, I'm glad that obviously Ren made it. You know, I'm happy that I'm in a better place too myself, you know. And so anybody that's going through it right now, it's like, I feel you and I pray for you. And, you know, I'm here to lend an ear, you know, definitely. So yeah.
Stuck or drown. I've been feeling like I'm drowning with my feet upon the ground. I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound. I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.
Is this all making sense, Ren?
Yeah, I think so.
Good. What I propose we do is we try to pinpoint the exact experiences from the past that are keeping you stuck. What can you tell me about your childhood?
I can't really think.
It's okay if nothing comes up right away. What I'd like you to do is take some deep breaths with me. In and out. In and out. Good. Now tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
I always liked the fact, as far as this song, is how the beat was going perfectly with her saying in and out and his breathing, right? It's like, damn, they're both doing it on the beat, and it's fucking crazy because I've never heard anything like that before, right? Just spoken word, you know, to a beat and being on rhythm, you know. And that's another thing. It's like, just hearing her ask him about his childhood in this, it's like, what the fuck does his childhood experiences have anything to do with the physical feelings he's actually feeling, right? Like, all of the symptoms that you would get typically from Lyme disease, the fatigue, the pain, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, because I've never had Lyme disease before, you know? So it's like, what does that have to do with your childhood experiences? Are they saying that it's metaphysical, that it's your brain? Well, I guess that's what she said in the beginning, but it's like, that's got to be really, really, like, you would have had to be in a seriously abusive situation for that, I think, to happen, to experience that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I know I'm not exactly a professional, but I'm not a professional at all. But, you know, I just, sometimes it feels like they're just barking up the wrong tree. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's do it.
And out. In and out. Good. Now tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's it. We're given everything we need and we commoditize it. We consume, we destroy like we're parasitic. Science tells us that it's suicide and still we commit. I'm not sick, we are sick. We are standing on a cliff in the name of progress. We jump off the precipice. I'm not sick, I'm the virus, you're the virus, hypocrite. How can you sit there with that smile on and tell me that I'm sick?
This right here is the frustration. This right here is the level of frustration bubbling inside him at that point in time in his life. You know what I'm saying? This right here is just basically him saying, fuck this, fuck you, fuck her, fuck him, you know, fuck everybody. You know, you guys are the motherfuckers that are sick. You guys are the motherfuckers that are insane. You guys are the motherfuckers that are sociopathic and all that good gravy horseradish. You know? And so, and he's right, because a lot of these societal ills are causing problems. But at the same time, he was sick. You know, he did and does have Lyme disease, so he was sick. But, you know, them not helping him find a solution in a timely manner, that contributed to that frustration. And that's just him blowing off years of steam. You know what I'm saying? Building up.
We are standing on a cliff in the name of progress. We jump off the precipice. I'm not sick, I'm the virus, you're the virus, hypocrite. How can you sit there with that smile on and tell me that I'm sick? Sick boy, looking for a fix boy. Pushing down in public, quick pose for the pick boy. Record label meetings that come on the your gift boy. Why you so upset? Don't you wanna be a rich boy? Fuck no, industry is cutthroat. I've been doing bits by myself, swimming backstroke, walking on a tightrope, rapping with a slit throat. The way that
This right here is him flipping off the industry, basically. You know what I'm saying? It's like yeah, there's all the record labels these days. If you're an independent artist, if you're an artist at all in 2023, it's best to try to do it independently, because all these labels do is just commodify your gift. All they do is put you in indentive servitude to the label, right? By that large ass advance that they give you in the beginning, right? They'll sign you to a multi-album deal because in order for you to be able to pay it off based off of how much they're paying you, and you know what I'm saying, in order for you to pay it off, pay them back that advance, it's gonna take you potentially a multi-album, deal to do that. It's gonna take you multiple releases to do that, and that's if they even promote you successfully and you pop off, right? There's a lot of people who don't even put out more than one album. There's a lot of people who don't even put out that first album, and now they're stuck, they're shelved, you know what I'm saying? They're sidelined because they owe all this money to the label, and the label, is not going to release them and let them do something else, you know what I'm saying? Because they owe all these albums, but the label is not going to push or let them release any of those albums. So now it's like they're just handcuffing you, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, even if they are going to let you release an album and they are promoting you, now you have to get an X amount of people to pre-save a song, right, on all of these streaming services before you can even put out that song. So like if you don't get 1,000 pre-saves or 2,000 pre-saves or 5,000 pre-saves, right, they're not going to let you put out that song, right? So now you got to go and like a fucking hooker beg all of your potential fans, you know what I'm saying? Hey, pre-save my song. If we can get this many pre-saves, I'll drop this new track. It's not you that's saying that. It's not the artist that's saying that. It's the label that's mandating that. You know what I'm saying? Someone like REN, yeah, he wants to get pre-saves, but he doesn't have to get a certain amount of pre-saves before he can release a song. He can release a song any fucking time he wants, right? Hence the fact that, before Money Game Part 3, he was dropping a song almost every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And a whole new video with it. So, yeah, it's like, yeah, you want to be comfortable, you want to be successful, but someone like REN doesn't give a fuck about the rich and the fortune and the fame is what I was going to say. He just wants he wants to be able to spread his message and for people to receive it, for people to appreciate it, and to leave some kind of legacy behind while staying relatively comfortable, right? Financially, relatively comfortable, right? It's like that part in Money Game Part 3 where, you put your hand in the cookie jar and you take it more than you need. He just wants to get the amount of cookies he needs, right? He just wants the cookies that he needs. He doesn't want anybody else's cookies. And that's, not a lot of artists are like that. Not a lot of people are like that, which makes REN one of a kind.
Be a rich boy? Fuck no, industry is cutthroat. I've been doing bits by myself, swimming backstroke, walking on a tightrope, rapping with a slit throat. The way that we persist is like the ending of a bad joke. As the people evolve, we're complacent to assailants and we do what we're told. Counterintelligence aside to behold, rape the earth of all resources and we bleed it for gold. And you bleed it for wealth, we bleed it for fame. But when you bleed it, can you tell me what the fuck will remain? And I'm bleeding myself, I'm bleeding my brain. While I'm bleeding, I'm the reason, cause I'm doing the same.
That ending that song on those words, on that word right there, or that phrase or sentence, man, what the fuck's wrong with me? While I'm bleeding, I'm the reason because I'm doing the same. If you're a human being that's alive in 2023, by definition, you are doing exactly what he's saying in this last part, right? It's like the way we persist is like the ending of a bad joke. Right? And that's true. It's like we see that this is not funny. What's going on in the world is not funny, but we're continuing. We're just pushing on, right? And it's like, and as we evolve, as people evolve, we're complacent, right? We just become complacent. The counterintelligence that's done against us by our own government is a sight to behold. And with as many people as there are on this planet, we are raping the earth of all the resources, and we are bleeding it for gold, we're bleeding it for wealth, we're bleeding it for fame. But what happens after a certain amount of time when you bleed something? You bleed it dry, right? And he's basically saying, if you're a human being that's alive in 2023, we're all doing this. We're all guilty of this. You can't point a finger, because every time you point a finger at someone else, there's another finger coming back and pointing at you. So it's like, you know, we're all guilty of it. And in order for us to change it, we all have to be willing to change it, right? It has to be done as a cohesive effort. Anyways, this track, just banging. You know what I'm saying? What was this track? Was like 3 minutes and 14 seconds. I wish it was longer because it was really good. But yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you for joining me on this reaction adventure. If you have not yet joined my Royal Core family, you can do that right now by hitting the subscribe button down below, ringing the notification bell so you can receive all the notifications for all of my videos delivered directly to you, because I am going to continue on this album review train. The next track I'm going to be doing is Animal Flow, so definitely look out for that. And if you're not part of the Royal Core family, you're going to miss out. That's just how it bees, you know what I'm saying? Definitely like and share this video. Put a little King Freddy in somebody's life. Make their day just a little bit better. A little bit better. Comment down below what you want to see me react to next on this channel, aside from this album and all the tracks within it. And if I haven't already seen it, I definitely will check it out. Until next time.